What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Apple event. I think it was today or yesterday. No, let me check real quick. All right, guys, so I just had a quick look. A little late to the information. Already been a day since they introduced the new products over at Apple, and we had the iPhone 14 Pro, which is gonna be coming next week. Actually, I think it's right around the corner. I'm already gonna pre-order it, and I'm gonna have it on the channel for you guys. I'm gonna take a closer look at it in the details. I'm gonna unbox it. We're gonna do a day in the life, hopefully, and try and see the differences, all the new features. We're gonna cover all of that on the channel, so make sure you stick around for that. It's gonna be great. Other products that came along the way, we have the Apple Watch Ultra, which I'm actually quite interested about. I've heard some pretty good stuff about the Apple Watch Ultra. It's more interesting than anything, honestly. I'm on the Apple Watch note. We're getting a brand new Apple Watch 8, so the Series 8 is coming out, and I'm kind of on the fence about that. I don't know if we needed a new Apple Watch, considering, the Apple Watch Ultra, it makes a lot of sense, all right? So it holds its ground. It's a brand new, it's kind of like a statement piece. Is like an upgraded version of the regular Apple Watch. But we had the Apple Watch Series 7 that came out last year, actually, when the iPhone 13 Pro came out. So it hasn't been that long, and we already have a new refresh for this series, for the Series 7, which is the Series 8 this time around. I don't know exactly why they brought a new Apple Watch, to be fair. It looks very similar to the Apple Watch Series 7. Naturally, we also got this time around a brand new upgrade to the Airpods Pro, which I think some people will benefit from this. Some people will be pretty happy about this. Naturally, for me, AirPods Pro, I'm not gonna pick them up. I already have the Powerbeats Pro, and I gotta say, guys, I've done a video on those. You guys love that video, actually. There's so much love and support on the channel with that video. It's just growing all the time, and you guys are always commenting on it. And I'm trying to get back to as many of you guys as possible whenever I get the chance. But yeah, the AirPods, the Powerbeats Pro, I love those products. AirPods Pro, second generation, they're getting a new update. Better, apparently they have better drivers, better speakers inside, and overall better sounding AirPods. So I guess that's for anybody who's looking forward to that. They also had a couple of new introductions. So for the most part, we're going to take a quick look here. I'm going to bring up on the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back in business. As you can see, this is my subscription feed. I know you're probably going to recognize a lot of the channels here. You're going to recognize a lot of the people. This is kind of a very old subscription list. This is my main channel. This is where I kind of watch all my stuff. I know there's a lot of videos all over the place, but yes, they did introduce the iPhone 14 Pro. We're going to take a closer look at the video here. I don't want to have the audio too loud. Now, I know they have the new kind of pill at the top of the phone design, and that's very interesting. It's slightly different. A lot of people were anticipating this, so there was a lot of scans and renders and just computer generated images in the last couple of months, where we kind of had a preview of what the 14 Pro would look like, but now we have our first official look at it. I think the first takeaway I'm taking away from this phone is really the deep purple color. For the most part, I like it, but I gotta be honest, I think that the deep purple, it really reminds me, actually, let me pause the video real quick. I'm gonna open a new tab here, and it really reminds me of let me get this closer so I can actually see what I'm typing. There you go, Samsung Ultra S22. It really reminds me of the Samsung S Ultra 22. Look, exactly here. It's giving me a lot of vibes from this phone, as you guys can see on screen. It's not the same color, and it's not the same kind of pattern, but for the most part, I'm getting the vibe from the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's giving me something from it. I don't know. It's maybe I'm on something. Maybe I'm wrong. But for the most part, it's giving me that vibe, especially like the darker, kind of like very desaturated color. Maybe, I don't know. This is what I feel. Let's get back to the video really quickly and have a quick look. I know there's an always on display feature, so every time you're gonna put your phone down, your screen will stay on. But essentially, they've designed it in a way where it's not going to take that much battery. I really hope they've designed it smartly. I know Samsung has this always on kind of display thingy. They've had it on their phones for a little while now, and I don't know how it's going to work. Now, see, here we're getting Jesus, I hit the mic too hard. See, we're getting a closer look here. We're taking a deeper perspective of how the pill is going to work at the top. It's going to be fully interactive, and I think that's a fantastic thing, because think about it. They could have just left it without being fully integrated. They could have left it and it was of no use and no anything, right? 48 megapixel main camera, fantastic. I think it was about time we get 48 megapixel camera. I think they should have had this with the 13 Pro. Naturally, we get it with the 14 Pro, so I will not complain about that. One thing I'm thinking about, I don't know if the camera, like the lenses, I'm not sure if they're a little bit bigger than the 13 Pro. I'm honestly very curious for that. I'll be getting the phone in around a week, so I think the official release date will be September 16th. So that's in a week times of recording this video. It's like literally 8 days from now. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. We're gonna definitely get a closer look here on the channel. 14 Pro looks interesting. The deep purple color, I'm again kind of on the fence about it. I'm not sure if I love it or I'm like meh about it. I think it would have been nice if we had an orange phone. Now, I think orange for the Samsung. What am I saying? Now, for the Apple Watch Ultra, they're dropping, the main color scheme is kind of orange, and I think that's going to be really interesting, and I really liked how they're bringing that main orange color. I wish they would have gave us the orange colorway for this iPhone as well. Would have been pretty interesting. The deep purple, honestly, kind of nice, I guess. Not so bad. And one thing I'm really excited about is the actual pill system at the top. That little pill used for the front-facing camera and all the sensors and the IDs in the front. I think it's going to be great. Also, this SOS via satellite emergency call, say you're lost somewhere, say you are stranded on a desert. Very great feature. In all honesty, I really think we should have had this a long time ago. I think this would have been super useful. I think, in my personal opinion, maybe the technology wasn't advanced enough and we're only able to see it today. But I really do think that if we would have had this, say, all the way back with iPhone 10, maybe 11, say, it would have been awesome. It would have honestly been really good. It would have, I think a lot of people would have benefited from that. Crash detection, kind of nice. I think for the most part, maybe this also should have been implemented in the previous models somewhere, somehow. Maybe the technology wasn't advanced enough, and I totally understand that, so don't quote me on all this stuff. But for the most part, I think we had a closer look there at how the crash detection looks like. A16 Bionic obviously should perform really well. Bigger, it's gonna be there. That's obviously their brand new chip, so it's gonna work better than the A15 that is currently in the 13 Pro. And for the most part, I think this is kind of iPhone 14 Pro. It looks very nice. It looks a little bit more premium than the 13 Pro. For the most part, I think a lot of people might love this product, might hate it. I guess everybody has their own opinion. They also have the iPhone 14, which is the more regular version. Obviously, this time around, we finally have a plus version for the iPhone 14, which I think is great. A lot of people really liked the regular 14 size, so the 6.1 inch, and they had the iPhone mini, which was kind of a hit or miss. I think for the most part, some people loved it, some people hated it. I think that the plus is going to be a great addition to the lineup, and I think people are going to really enjoy it. For the most part, guys, I know what you're going to say. It looks the same as the 13. Yes, it does. Improved cameras, I guess that's what everybody wants. You'll be surprised, actually. I've seen so many people with the iPhone 13 and the 13 Pro. A lot of people were thinking, oh, maybe they're not going to sell. These phones have sold a lot. Proof is, I have a 13 Pro, and I was skeptical about it at first. I'm going to be honest. When I first got the 13 Pro, I was like, I don't know, it looks the same as the 12 Pro, but I've been using it for a long time, and I love it. I don't know, I guess 14 Plus. There's a chip inside. There's a A15 that has been slightly upgraded, so it's kind of the same as last year, but a little different because it has a little bit more cores of CPU inside. So you're looking, I think it's 6-core CPU, which is going to give you slightly better performance. And for the most part, it has some of the new features. So obviously it has the SOS emergency satellite and all that stuff, which is convenient. I think they're really putting a emphasis on this. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. We have 5 colors here. We're looking on screen. We got the regular blue, which is kind of like the Sierra blue from the 13 Pro, but a little lighter, I think. It looks like a shade lighter. We have, regular black, white, product red, which I think looks really nice. I really like how product red looks this time around. And we have this like lilac violet kind of color. Looks pretty sweet. pretty good. I'm obviously going to be getting one of them, so I'm not going to be getting the regular 14. I'm going to be getting the 14 plus, and hopefully we're going to take a closer look and dive deeper into the details here on the channel. So whenever that comes around, I saw on the Apple Store that it's coming out a little later in the year, and it's going to be coming out only in October, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, you can correct me in the comment section down below, but I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. October is going to be the date where we're going to be looking at the 14 plus. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. We've had some other, some other information. Like I said, AirPods Pro coming along, shouldn't be too long from release. 14 Pro is obviously probably the main event. Apple Watch Ultra also very interesting. I can't wait to see how this is gonna play out. I'm very curious. It's a very pricey watch though. It will be running at $800 USD. And here in Canada, actually, I took a closer look at the pricing. It runs for $1,099. It's quite impressive. The pricing sometimes is ridiculous. So I guess this Apple Watch Ultra is really catered for, like, I think very extreme sports. So as you can see here in the video, people who go in subarctic regions, or if you're gonna go underwater, if you're gonna be doing all that kind of crazy stuff, intense extreme sports, whether you're gonna be hiking and all of these things, I think the Apple Watch Ultra might be the product for you. But I think for the most part, like, a lot of people will get by fine with just, Series 8, which is coming new also. There's going to be a new one this year, maybe even Series 7, depending on what you need. I think for the most part, a lot of people will look at the Apple Watch and they'll be like, yeah, this is going to replace this or that. For the most part, the Apple Watch is very complementary, and it kind of enhances your experience with your Apple products, whether that's an iPhone or like an iPad or whatever. But for the most part, it remains a very kind of basic product, and it's not for everybody. So you really need to check and look at what you need it. Pardon me, that came out of nowhere. You really need to check and look at why would you buy the Apple Watch. Like I said, I'm gonna get the Ultra because it's very interesting, and I want to review it for you guys on the channel, and kind of want to test the durability and all of the features that it has. So we're gonna be taking as I mentioned earlier, if you're gonna go underwater, probably one of the better options for you. It looks really interesting though. It looks premium. I think a lot of people might get the Apple Watch Ultra and just be like, yo, I got the Ultra. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. But yeah, guys, that's kind of a wrap up. I know I did a video like this a couple months back when he announced the M2 MacBook Air. Let me know if you guys enjoy these type of videos. They're kind of cool. It allows me to catch up with you guys. Again, I know, guys, you're probably looking around, you're seeing a new setup. There's some stuff a little bit everywhere. My room was a mess. A complete mess, like literally 3 hours ago, and I cleaned up a little bit for you guys because I don't want to show up and just have a complete mess on the video. But yeah, for the most part, I'm still reorganizing the space. I think I finally found the perfect setup. I'm gonna show you guys soon. I'm working on a video on a setup makeover, so like a setup room kind of makeover video. I have a lot of cable management to do. I'm not gonna lie, guys, there's a lot of work for me to put in here, but I'm excited and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, pretty much that's about it. Let me know what you guys think of all the new products. Kind of exciting, kind of new. I'm looking forward to all this stuff. I'll be definitely checking out as many as I can on the channel. And until then, I will see you guys on the next one. As always, I wish you the best of luck in everything you do, and I will see you guys on the next one. Signing out. Deuces. Apple Watch Ultra, man. $1,099. Madness, I tell you. Madness, man. Why would I pay so much? Jesus, man. Hey, they're really taking the piss out of us, huh? Hey, man, people are going to buy it regardless. I know for a fact people will buy it. I know it. I know people will buy this regardless, bro. It's crazy. It makes no sense.